Hey Model Horse fans, Jesse here with a video to go over how to survive BreyerFest in the hot Kentucky summer with 2 young children. My son is 3.5 years old and my daughter is 6 months old, so that gives you a little bit of span of young children and how to survive with them through BreyerFest. It is possible. A lot of people say don't bring kids. I don't understand why. My kids did great during it, and I thought I'd make a video and share some tips, tricks, and hints. So it's hot, so one thing that's absolutely essential for keeping these kids cool is having a fan. We got these fans off of Amazon. They're less than $20. They are rechargeable and they're great. And if you use them on the lowest setting, they will last the entire day. And sometimes they pop on the lightning deals, so you can get a deal on them. The other thing is lots and lots of sunscreen. You want to make sure your kids don't get burnt. On top of using the lotion with infants, you can use other barriers, like physical barriers. So this is a great stroller cover. You can put it over, any direction, whichever way the sun's moving that day, and you're moving the stroller, and keep the shade on the baby. But don't cover up the entire car seat, because then you make like a little hot potato. You want to do that to your baby. Another thing I use to cover her up is a very light muslin nursing cover. So I do a combination of nursing and using express breast milk with her. But this is a great light cover. It's breezy and it keeps the sun off of her, but doesn't make her real hot. So speaking of breast milk, you want to be real careful on how you store it. I have a Yeti cooler, and I use that Yeti ice packs, and this lasts all day, and it's absolutely wonderful. Other things put in here other than the baby's bottles are water bottles for the adults too. So here, this is called a mommy clip. They're great for strollers. They're just huge C-clamps and they can withstand a lot of weight. Word of caution, you can put so much weight on these things that you will flip the stroller backwards if your toddler isn't not in the front counterweighting it. So I have my own water on this. I also have these bags from Cracker Barrel. These are great. They fit 2 box Breyers side by side, or a lot of the special run bags in there. I like to use these because then people can't really see what you have in there. Because I have heard about thieves going around stealing stuff out of people's bags at BreyerFest. I want to at least make it difficult for them so they can't just see what I have. Of course, you want to have your diaper bag with you. Have lots of diapers, change your clothes, and wipes. I always put it in so the wipes are facing out, so I can just reach in and grab it for either the toddler or the baby. When you're going through the special run lines, you obviously can't take a stroller through it. So what we did was use a baby carrier. This was pretty cheap at Walmart. How much was this one? It's like 30 bucks. You can buy certainly more expensive ones, but this one was $30 at Walmart, and it worked great. I didn't wear my baby a whole lot over BreyerFest because it's just so hot and I was worried about her getting overheated. So she's spent most of her time in the car seat. But when it came to having to check the stroller to go through the special run lines, this worked great in a pinch. And of course a toddler can walk through the short line there. Other things you can do at BreyerFest to keep cool, if you're a Collector Club member, is to go to the Collector Club tent. Get your tickets for free water. That's a great way to cool down. It's just little bottles of water, but they're great because they're nice and cold, and you can go get them through the weekend. Definitely recommend that. You can also go in that tent to cool down. There are plenty of buildings in the Kentucky Horse Park with air conditioning that you can go in to cool down as well. We did try to maintain our nap cycles as best we could with the kids. So part of enjoying BreyerFest is knowing your kid, right? And if your kid's going to overtire, you're not going to have a good time. So we did respect their nap times, and we went back to the hotel. It was a good time for everybody to cool down, eat some lunch, which is cheaper to do outside the horse park than inside the horse park. So that was a good way to cool down. We could also take the opportunity to recharge the fans if we thought we needed to, and just it was a nice reset for the day to cool down. The other thing to make sure you have is the most important resource. Help.
Hi, I'm the husband.
Having an assistant is absolutely essential, because on the first day there are some things you just don't want to do with a stroller this big, like go through the vendor area around the arena. It's just absolutely too crowded on the first day. Let the crowd calm down, before you try to take a stroller through it. So maybe the second day, definitely the third day, you can go through the vendor area with a stroller this size. The first day, you can't. So if you want to go through it, we call it split operations, where half the party goes this way, half the party goes that way. And so I would not recommend taking a stroller this size or any size into the vendor area. So having an assistant is critical. The first year I went, I took my mom. That was a great time for her. She'd go watch some horse shows with the kids. My husband took the kids over to the petting zoo and to ride ponies, and our son got to dig for dinosaurs and fossils and had a good time over there, rode a merry-go-round. So doing those kind of things are important for kids because they need that mental and physical stimulation to get them through the day. You can't just expect to strap them into a seat and be okay with that the entire day. So I hope everyone enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something. If you have anything to share on surviving BreyerFest with children, I like to hear it. Other than that, I hope everyone has a great BreyerFest, and I hope you continue to enjoy BreyerFest as much as we did this year. Thank you. Bye. And to manage expectations when you're out in the Kentucky Horse Park with that many people there, it puts a strain on the cellular networks. So you may not get pictures or definitely no videos that come through. But staying in communication when you split your party up is essential. So definitely we were able to keep in communication with text and with phone calls. And another thing that works is setting deadlines. Say, hey, I will meet you at this corner at this time. And just make sure that you're always coordinating things to ensure you enjoy your BreyerFest as much as possible.